2018 budget. Is there a motion to approve the 2018 budget? Wait, did we vote on that already?
No,
That was the millage. That was the millage, okay. Motion to approve the budget. Councilwoman Gilbert, seconded by Councilman Dufresne. Questions or discussions or statements?
No.
Do you want me to state it? All right. Well, as always, we have a staff that's outstanding with going line item by line item, listening to their employees' suggestions, taking into account to making this borough more efficient. We have our staff that worked on it. We have Shane, Christine, our treasurer, and the rest of the staff. We have council who met as a committee as a whole, who I'm estimating 20 hours or so we put in as a committee. That's about accurate. A lot of good debate. Every time we have these, points are brought up that are not thought of by other council members, and I think it's just the best way to do a budget. There are some highlights, lowlights. I don't know if I can list them all, but some of them are like the police pension is, I believe, $150,000 more than it was last year. One good thing is our workman's compensation went down. We have our tax increase because we have a paid fire department now, so we have to budget for that. We are paving more than we have in the last few years, so we're trying to be proactive on our streets. We're being proactive with our I&I, which is the sewers, where we're trying to prevent water infiltration.
Do you want me to go through some of the numbers quick?
Yeah, that'd be great. If you have
Yeah.
something prepared, you could have stopped me before.
No, that's all right. Let them go. I just wanted to know how far you were going to go.
I did all right.
Total budget's about 16.5 million. In reality, though, it's 14.9 in total cash. There's about 1.6 million in different transfers. Out of that 14.9 million, $1,323,804 is grant money. $500,000 is for the library edition. We have $167,598 for rescue equipment. $238,777 for the 10th Street Culvert as a grant. $260,000 is for the manhole I&I grant. So those are the larger of the grants, but it's about 1.3 million in grant money is in that budget. We spoke about the fire tax. Some of the projects that we're doing, we have about $668,000 in road projects. Now, about 300,000 of that is the 10th Street Culvert of in itself. But we have $45,000 to illuminate Reservoir Number 2. That's going to save us money in the end because it only services 2 homes, one that's functional up on 2nd Street. We have some well pump replacements that we have to do, $75,000 for water meter replacements. We have $405,000 to address the I&I issues this year. $260,000 of that is grant money. Another 15 to 20% is matching money for that grant. That's going to be manhole money. We're spending $48,000 on a track camera. That's so that we can actually get into the water lines, the sewer lines, and the storm sewer lines. We're going to be repairing the Canals Homestead and Library roofs. That's about $68,000, and the last highlight is $83,000 for police vehicles, which is an ongoing expense every year. So outside of what Mr. Labenberg had said, I think those are probably the other highlights of that budget.
Thank you. And I thought one other thing. This is the first year where borough-wide, I believe, everybody will be contributing towards health insurance. Am I accurate with that statement?
No.
Starting next year?
Please.
Everybody but the police department, but that's because their pension contribution goes
Correct.
much higher than it has been.
But eventually in their contract, they will
But
contribute.
in their contract,
Yeah.
they will be contributing, yes.
So I just wanted to state that too. Councilman Barrett.
And I also just wanted to add this, in that, so one of the biggest things about that, I mean, Mr. Pepe just listed a number of things that we're doing, and one of the reasons that we're able to do this is that over the past 4 or 5 years, we've created well over $2 million in efficiencies. Am I correct in saying that number?
Correct.
I mean, I think it was actually closer to 2.5
Yeah.
million. So that is money that we have taken offering the same exact services to the residents, but making it $2.5 million more efficient. And that is what's allowing us to do a lot of these projects, replacing equipment that, I mean, has birth dates that are in the same year as when I'm born. And we're still using them. So, I mean, to be able to replace some of those pieces of equipment, the road projects that were talked about, and further improving efficiencies, new tools, especially in the Public Works Department. So again, that's just a compliment to all the employees, all the department heads, obviously our borough manager for the countless hours that he puts into it, and then collectively everyone that's sitting up here and willing to move that money to where it needs to get to make those efficiencies. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments or statements? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. We have Resolution 2017-34, the bill list. Would somebody like to make a motion to approve the bill list? Councilman Schubsta, seconded by Councilwoman Gilbert. Any questions or discussion on the bill list? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. Next, we have Resolution 2017-35, it's the 2018 delinquent tax collection. It's a resolution of the Governing Board of Emmaus Borough, Lehigh County, Pennsylvania, appointing the law firm of Dimick and Dinkellocker as the official delinquent tax collection agency for the Borough of Emmaus. Would somebody like to make a motion to approve that resolution? Councilwoman Gilbert, seconded by Councilman Schubsta. Questions or discussion? Councilman Barrett.
Simply for the technicality of it, Mr. Dimick, is that still the accurate name of the law firm?
It's Dimick, Dinkellocker, and Anna Wolf.
Does it matter? Should we update that motion?
And as you know, this ties to your ordinance.
Oh, absolutely. No, it has no question about doing it. It's
You're
more
just-
of the
I know.
technicality of if it matters.
No, but it ties to your ordinance that sets the fees.
Okay,
This doesn't set the fees, just appoints us. We didn't change the fees at
So-
all.
okay.
Do you want the name changed?
We'll change it, yeah.
We'll change it.
All right, so second and motion, Councilwoman Gilbert and Councilman Schubsta are adjusting to put Anna Wold into the, okay. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. We have Resolution 2000, well, it says 71, but it's 17-36, Berkheimer Appointment Resolution. A resolution of the Governing Board of Emmaus authorizing, empowering, and directing the proper officers of the Governing Board to execute an agreement with Berkheimer, whereunder Berkheimer is retained as the exclusive tax officer for the collection, administration, receipt, and enforcement of the provisions of the respective tax enactment of the Governing Board, levying and assessing the per capita tax for the term herein defined, together with such extensions as may be agreed upon, said tax enactment having been adopted under and pursuant to the authority of the Pennsylvania Local Tax Enabling Act, and approving and adopting the rules and regulations prepared by Berkheimer to administer and enforce the per capita tax. I wonder if a lawyer wrote that.
It sounds like it.
Would somebody like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2017-36? Councilman Anders, seconded by Councilman Barrett. Any questions or discussion? This is the same company that's been doing it for a while. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. There's 7 ayes. We have Resolution 2017-37, confidentiality resolution. A resolution of the Governing Board of Emmaus authorizing, empowering, and directing the proper officers of the Governing Board to appoint a liaison between it and Berkheimer, the duly appointed collector of the per capita tax for the district for the express purpose of sharing confidential confidential tax information with the district for official purposes. Would somebody like to make a motion to approve Resolution 2017-37? Councilwoman Gilbert, seconded by Councilman Dufresne. Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
There are 7 ayes. Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. Resolution 2017-38, imposition of costs. A resolution of the Governing Board of Emmaus authorizing and empowering its local tax collector, Berkheimer, to impose and retain costs of collection on delinquent taxes. Motion to approve the resolution. Councilman Dufresne, second by Councilman Barrett. Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. There are 7 ayes. Resolution 2017-39, tax hearing appointment. A resolution of the Governing Board of Emmaus authorizing, empowering, and directing the proper officers of the Governing Board to appoint Berkheimer as its tax hearing officer under the pursuant to the local taxpayer bill of rights for the express purpose of adjudicating appeals thereunder. Somebody have a motion for Resolution 2017-39? Councilman Dufresne, second. Councilman Schubsta. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. There's 7 ayes. Our next committee meeting is December 18th at 6:45 before council meeting. Progress. Community Relations Planning and Development Committee, Chairman Dufresne.
Nothing for official action tonight. Our next meeting is December 14th at 4 p.m. Progress.
Thank you. Under boards and commissions, you have a couple sets of meeting minutes and a November budget worksheet. Personal appeals part 2. Does anybody have a personal appeal? Hearing none. Borough Managers Report.
I think you've had enough for one night. Significant revenues and expense items for November are in your iPads. I just want to express my thanks for all of your hard work. I know that we work hard preparing information for you, but you guys also work hard in going through all of this. And despite whatever opinions you have that differ, it's always nice to know that at the end of it, you make your decisions and you move on. So thank you very much for your hard work with the budget this year. Once again, I think it was a good process. I think it was a solid process. Even if it was a difficult decision, the bottom line was we hashed it out, we talked through it, we worked through it, and not a single person at these tables can say that you don't know what's in there. Because you have more than enough information, and you've seen it enough times that you guys can pretty much recite that thing at this point. So I've worked with a lot of borough councils, and I have to tell you that you make this process a lot easier because you are invested in it. You do go through all that information. You do make the hard decisions, and that makes my job easier as we're going through the process. So other than that, progress.
Thank you, Shane, and thank you for all your hard work. Under President's Business, we'll have an executive session to discuss contract negotiations. We'll recess at 9:20. I don't expect it to be long. Oh, there'll be no action taken. And we'll allow the press to come up before we go that Shane gave me into the record.
We're out at what time?
Council is reconvening at 9:50. Under President's Business, I am going to add another letter to the record. Attorney John Ashley asked to be reappointed to solicitor for the Civil Service Commission, so I will enter that into the record. With that being said, anybody would like to make a motion to adjourn? Councilman Dufresne, seconded by Councilman Brown. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. 7 ayes. Council adjourned at 9:51.